Every unit and crew in the strike group has been preparing for months. This team is ready to fight. The strike group utilized NATO reporting procedures, message formats, and chat capabilities, strengthened command and control, and aligned communication channels to ensure a smooth process in the event of a crisis, the statement said. A U.S. defense official on Tuesday said CVN-69 carrying dozens of fighter jets along with other warships was scheduled to depart Norfolk, Virginia, this week. The carrier has long been scheduled to deploy and operate near Europe. The second oldest aircraft carrier in the U.S. is back in port after completing a month-long exercise before deploying later this year. The Navy carefully manages its aircraft carrier inventory, including during the end-of-life process. The USS Nimitz service life extension allows the Navy to obtain more service from the first Nimitz-class aircraft carrier, proving the durability and utility of the design, which will continue to serve in the fleet well into the 2050s. Carrier service life is managed on a hull-by-hull basis, and the Navy has many options to ensure that carriers, when they reach the end of their service life, have a safe place to start, or wait to begin the end-of-life process. The possible life extension of these ships comes as the Navy continues to manage its Nimitz-class carrier force, which has struggled in the past decade as the next Ford-class carriers entered service later than expected. On Tuesday, the first-rate USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, began its first worldwide deployment 6 years after being commissioned in 2017. Earlier, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin on Sunday ordered the USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, aircraft carrier strike group to the Mediterranean Sea as part of the U.S. response to Hamas attacks on Israel. The United States, U.S., will most likely send its second nuclear aircraft carrier USS Dwight D. Eisenhower, CVN-69. CVN-78, which is also based in Norfolk, is currently operating in the Mediterranean. The carrier strike group shifted from the Ionian Sea to the Mediterranean Sea after conducting exercises with the Italian Navy last week. The USS Gerald R. Ford arrived in the eastern Mediterranean Sea on Tuesday, U.S. Central Command said. The Navy opted to extend the older Nimitz for one more deployment. The airline will undergo 5.5 months of availability maintenance until May 2026. The total expected cost for the yard period is $200 million, which is currently requested in the budget. Projections supporting the previous budget submission had factored in a shorter cost of 60 days to allow operations through early shutdown in April 2025, thereby increasing the originally scheduled yard period within its scope. Is an additional cost to the Navy of approximately $90 million for life extension. The statement said this carrier strike group includes 8 squadrons of attack and support aircraft, the Ticonderoga-class guided missile cruiser USS Normandy, and 4 Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyers, namely USS Thomas Hudner, DDG-116, USS Ramage, DDG-61, USS Carney, DDG-64, and USS Roosevelt, DDG-80. For your information, in March 2020, when conflict occurred in the Middle East, the U.S. also deployed 2 aircraft carriers to the Arabian Sea, namely CVN-69 and USS Harry S. Truman, CVN-756.
Y'all like to ball